Domestic abuse has a devastating impact on children and young people. We know that children do not need to be direct victims of violence to be profoundly affected by domestic abuse. Growing up in a household of fear and intimidation can impact their well-being and development with lasting effects into adulthood. Children exposed to domestic abuse are more likely to experience mental health difficulties, be excluded from school, and become victims of domestic abuse in later life. Our recent data shows domestic abuse is the single most common factor identified by social workers in their assessments of vulnerable children. Young people should never have to experience abuse in their own relationships, but research suggests that 25% of girls and 18% of boys have experienced violence or abuse from an intimate partner. The government is committed to protecting children affected by domestic abuse. Through our Children's Social Care Reform Programme, we are working to improve social work practice across the country so children and families receive effective evidence-based intervention. Through the Children in Need Review, we are developing significant new analysis to understand what more can be done to support these children and improve their educational outcomes. We must also take steps to prevent domestic abuse in the first place. That is why we have made relationship education and relationship and sex education compulsory in schools from 2020. Through the subject, children will learn about healthy relationships as well as forms of abuse and how to find help if they are ever unsafe. Schools are being supported to create environments that are safe and respectful to tackle all forms of abuse. Earlier this month, we hosted a meeting with ministers from the Home Office and Ministry of Justice and a coalition of charities representing the children's and domestic abuse sector, including Safe Lives. The meeting made clear that we must work together across departments and agencies to protect and support children affected by the terrible crime of domestic abuse. I welcome the sense of urgency that this Safe Lives conference embodies. I wish you well with your exercise and look forward to hearing the outcomes.